January 7th. Reset identity. Discipline is an identity before it is a habit. It is not something you do occasionally when conditions are right. It is something you are. It is the foundation of how you operate, not a technique you apply when motivated. You act in alignment with who you believe you are. Your behavior is not random. It is not disconnected from your self-perception. Every action you take is filtered through the lens of identity. You do what makes sense for the person you believe yourself to be. If you see yourself as inconsistent, you behave that way. If you believe you are someone who starts strong but fades, you will find evidence to support that belief. If you identify as someone who struggles with follow-through, you will struggle with follow-through. Not because you are incapable, but because your actions align with your identity. If you see yourself as disciplined, your actions follow. When discipline becomes part of who you are instead of something you are trying to do, the behavior becomes automatic. You do not debate whether to follow through. You follow through because that is what disciplined people do, and you are disciplined. This is not about positive thinking. It is not about affirmations or visualization or convincing yourself of something that is not true. It is about understanding that identity drives behavior more powerfully than motivation ever will. Today is about redefining who you are, not through words, through behavior, not by declaring who you want to become, by acting like the person you are becoming until the gap between who you are and who you claim to be disappears. Every action is a vote for your identity. Every decision you make is either evidence that you are who you say you are or evidence that you are not. Every time you follow through, you cast a vote for the disciplined version of yourself. Every time you make an excuse, you cast a vote for the inconsistent version. You do not need a majority. You do not need to be perfect. You just need more votes in the direction you are trying to go. More evidence that supports the identity you are building than evidence that contradicts it. Small actions count. They compound quietly. The decision to start when you said you would. The decision to finish what you started. The decision to skip what does not serve you. These are not dramatic. They do not feel significant in the moment, but they accumulate. Each small action reinforces the identity you are constructing. Each moment of follow-through adds another layer of proof that you are becoming who you claim to be. Over time, the accumulation becomes undeniable. You stop questioning whether you are disciplined. You simply are. You are not trying to become disciplined. You are practicing being disciplined. This distinction matters. Trying implies distance. Implies that discipline is somewhere you are working toward but have not reached. Practicing implies presence. Implies that you are already engaged in the behavior, refining it through repetition. When you practice being disciplined, every action is training, every decision is rehearsal, every moment of execution is proof that you are capable of operating this way. You are not waiting to arrive at some future version of yourself. You are building that version through present action. Identity is built in repetition, not in the single moment of peak performance, not in the day when everything aligns and discipline feels easy, in the unremarkable repetition of showing up when nothing is extraordinary about it. The person who goes to the gym once is not an athlete. The person who goes consistently for months becomes one. Not because of talent, not because of genetics, because the repeated action creates an identity that the single action cannot. Most people wait to feel like the person they are trying to become before they act like that person. But identity does not work that way. You do not feel disciplined and then act disciplined. You act disciplined repeatedly, and eventually you feel disciplined because the evidence is overwhelming. You cannot think your way into a new identity. You cannot visualize it into existence. You cannot speak it into reality. You can only behave your way into it. Action by action, decision by decision, day by day. This is why consistency matters more than intensity. One perfect day does not build identity. 100 imperfect days do. The accumulation of evidence is what shifts your self-perception, not the highlight, the pattern. Who you are is not who you were. It is not determined by past behavior. It is not fixed by previous failures. Identity is always being rewritten by current action. Every moment is an opportunity to cast a vote for the person you are becoming. Stop identifying with your past inconsistency. Stop claiming weakness as part of your character. Stop introducing yourself with limitations. You are not who you were yesterday unless you choose to be. Reset your identity, not by announcing who you will become, by acting like that person starting now. Let your behavior create the belief. Let repetition build the proof. Let consistency close the gap between who you say you are and who your actions reveal you to be. Built in silence.